Today, on the Vince Everett Ellison Show, we're going to talk about why the Democratic Party should change their name from the Democrats to the Diddycrats. I know you trying to say that, man. There you go. That's going to make a lot of sense to you after explaining it to you. So we're going to explain why the Democrats should change their name to the Diddycrats today on the Vince Everett Ellison Show. All right, let's get this thing started. You know, political parties come and go. They change and they morph. In 1957, Dred Scott Dred Scott and the whole slave thing, the Kansas-Nebraska Act, Missouri Compromise, all of it all together, necessitated that another party form to combat slavery. The Republican Party didn't exist at that time. Didn't exist at all. So in 1852, anti-slavery Whigs, anti-slavery Democrats, and all the anti-slavery people in Congress came together and formed the Democrat Party and formed the Republican Party, 1852, as an anti-slavery party. So all the other parties, the Whigs and the rest of them, dissolved into nothing because they changed. Their existence was no longer needed. Poof, they were gone. That's what we should be doing today with the Democratic Party, because the Democratic Party, the old Democratic Party, was a bunch of ignorant, racist Klan members running around scaring cowardly black men, burning the cross, raising hell, hanging people. Just a bunch of ignorant rubes, man. They just, did what they did. Is that what this party is now? A bunch of night riding, hanging black people from trees, Klansmen? No. That's something completely different. They have transferred, and I think they did it completely in this last election, from that party to a whole completely different entity. From the Democrat to the Diddycrat. Now, why you say the Diddycrat, Vince? All right. Stay with me here. Y'all know P. Diddy, right? Well, P. Diddy's like one of the top Democrats all the time. He was giving money, having parties, raising money, hanging out with Obama, hanging out with Kamala, hanging out with Biden. I mean, Diddy was like smiling with everybody. And you looked at this last campaign right before Diddy took that hit, and the Democratic Party started resembling one of them Diddy freak-offs that he had at one of his mansions. Because Diddy got arrested because they found out that Diddy was having parties where he was spiking people's drinks and use drugs and all kind of nasty, dirty behavior. Just Solomon and Gomorrah stuff. Well, the Democrats weren't alarmed at it. They said, why everybody tripping? That's fine with us. So you look at the Democratic Party with this last race that they won. And how did Kamala Harris kick it off? Well, again, you remember Megan Thee Stallion. Up there twerking. So the new Diddycrat Party, instead of having a donkey as a mascot, if they want to kind of hybrid the two parties and bring them together, they should have a donkey twerking on a stripper pole. That should be they need to do or something right there. The donkey's twerking on a stripper pole. Because the first thing I remember seeing about Kamala Harris was Megan Thee Stallion twerking. Then I saw Joe Biden with Glorilla. Glorilla. Glorilla had out a song. She came out of Memphis, had a song that said she F N-words for free. Then I saw it with Cardi B. Cardi B had a song out with Megan Thee Stallion called WAP. I know y'all know what that stands for. Wet. Gosh. I can't even say it. Y'all have to just look it up for yourself. But these are the people that are in the, you know, yeah, Lizzo. Lizzo used to walk around with pants with a butt out. Come on now. That's who these people hang out with. Eminem got out music about killing people. So the Democratic Party, the party that was about keeping black people in the cotton field, keeping white people poor and ignorant, making the South a gladiator school between poor whites and poor blacks so that rich white Democrats could stay in power, has transformed from a group of ignorant, racist rubes to now a party of perverts, liars, psychopaths, and anti-Christian bigots. And that's the Diddy hip-hop part of the Democratic Party. They've taken it over. Now, what are some of the things that matches the Diddy hip-hop Democrat Party? What makes this Democratic Party or the ideal of the Diddy lifestyle and the ignorant rapper lifestyle and this Democratic Party, what brings them together? Thank you for asking. But one is that them jokers, boy, on the Diddy side, everybody a victim. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care if you got a private jet. LeBron James make about $800 million. I don't know how much money that boy make. He's still a victim. He is still a victim. Diddy was a victim. Made it worth over $1 billion, a victim. When you listen to that hip-hop culture and you listen to Snoop and Dre and all of them, when you turn on the radio, the first thing they're going to tell you is how they've been victimized their whole life by the police and by the white man and by America. We didn't have no choice. All we had was the streets. Daddy was gone. Mama was no good. I had no choice but to go to crime. Yeah, the victim mentality. That's the Diddy crap. No choice. What else the Democrats do, y'all? Well, they celebrate murder, mayhem, abortion. Kamala Harris went there. The first thing she did was stand in front of an abortion clinic and said, give me a baby so I can kill it. Celebrated. Jokers had an abortion van riding around the DNC. That's the Democrat National Convention. Riding around it now, asking women to come get an abortion. If you think you're pregnant, come get one because we want to make sure we kill the baby, even if it's imaginary. Why are these people so sick? So they celebrate murder because that's what the hip-hop guys do and the Democrats do. B.I.G. putting out songs about killing people. First record was Ready to Die. Death Row Records. Got a record company called Death Row. What the hell wrong with them guys, man? They're celebrating death like that. Death Row. Ready to Die. Songs about just killing folks. Ain't that the Democratic Party? Bringing over sex trafficking and the fentanyl and the abortions. They want to know how many abortions that are being had every year so they can know how they can expand it. They expanded the abortion pill, went to court. We want to make sure everybody can get the abortion pill. Put it in a vending machine. So you just go and just kill your baby. Celebrate murder. The Democrats. And then they celebrate sodomy. Boy, don't they celebrate sodomy. I mean, okay, Diddy, well, everything about Diddy and his freak-offs was about sodomy. That boy's a stone-cold sodomite. I think that if the sodomites from Sodom and Gomorrah went to a Diddy freak-off, they'd run out embarrassed. And what does the Democratic Party today, what do they elevate? LGBTQ, gay marriage, all types of pornography, just nastiness all around it. You look at the Democratic National Convention, look like they was all on dope. Bunch of freaks, man. Bunch of weirdos. Like I said before, like the bar scene from Star Wars. Crazy makeup, red, purple hair. You can look at them and say, and so, you know, I'm kind of clear. They look at me, they think I'm crazy. I'm looking at them, I'm thinking they crazy. Both of us, one of us right and one of us wrong. So the joker that want to kill babies and have sex with children and want to let illegals across the border go look at me and tell me I'm crazy. And there's another thing. Boy, I tell you what, that Diddy-crat culture and the Democrats, they love this. They love illegality. Now listen, Donald Trump won the election. Everybody know he won the election. Donald Trump told everybody what he was going to do. He said, I'm going to make sure I get these illegals out of the country. People elected him to do it. And guess what you got these Democrats doing? These jokers have set up sanctuary cities. I already had them. But now they're just expanding it and they're doubling down on it. Saying that we are going to protect illegals. We're going to protect criminals. Now listen. If Takeaway Sean and Johnny and me and Susie get caught, they're going to put them straight in jail. Straight in jail. Let him be laid on child support. See what happened to him here. They're going to take him and perp walk him. If they catch him walking down the street with a beer can, they're going to lock him up. And they better not catch him speeding. They're going to give him a $500 speeding ticket, and then when he can't pay, they're going to take his driver's license. Yet, they are going to protect illegals. Trump has said the first ones we're going to get are the ones that are here doing violent crimes. And they said, no, we're not going to let you have them. Sounds just like a Diddy-crat. Just like Diddy's people. A bunch of thieves and murderers and liars and people involved in crime. They're the ones that want to defund the police. Take away allow snatch and grabs. Allow people to just sleep and urinate and defecate on the streets. And the amazing thing is that you people vote for these people. Which means that you are either very ignorant or you're just as evil as they are. Because, my friends, let me tell y'all something. God does not live in chaos. Chaos is where the devil rules. And I want to make something pretty plain right now before I leave. Just a clarification point. All right, for the last few months, People have been thinking that I'm a preacher. I don't know whether to take that as an insult or as a compliment. I am not a preacher. I don't preach in a church. I have not been ordained to preach. I do not fancy myself a man of the cloth. I don't have a church. I don't call people up for altar call, bring them to Christ, communion, none of that. I am not Pastor Vince Everett Ellison. I am Vince Everett Ellison layman, just like all of you. I'm a layman. I'm just like you. I'm doing what we're all supposed to do, and that is evangelize to each other. I'm just a nobody trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody. That's all I am. Anybody want to know about Jesus Christ? Pull up a chair. We'll have a conversation. I'm trying to tell you, if you are a Christian, how your Christian walk is supposed to be applied to your politics. That's it. The sad thing is most of the pastors out there, especially the black ones, are so apostate. They're so terrible. They're so demonic. The people want to take somebody like me and put me in their place. No, there are some out there that are much, much better than me, who can connect you to God much better than I can. It's just so sad that the ones that we have now, and the people are so thirsty and crying out. It's sad. So, as delicately as I possibly can say it, I am not a pastor. And if God called me to be a pastor, it'd be a whole different game. So, with that, let's go back to another big problem we have with the Dixiecrats. I mean, Dixiecrats. I mean, what Dixiecrats at one time, weren't they? They were Dixiecrats and the Democrats, now they Diddycrats. They were some Dixiecrats and Diddycrats. Okay. So now we're dealing with heroes, right? The heroes. Well, the Democrats used to have heroes. Used to have the old Confederacy, Jeff Davis, Robert E. Lee, Jeb Stuart. Yeah, man. But those heroes have changed. They've taken those and discarded those heroes. Now we're the Democratic Party heroes. Trayvon Martin, George Floyd, and Michael Brown. So they went from Confederates to thugs. These are their heroes now. George Floyd was a criminal. I don't know how much fentanyl he had in his body. Joker was fighting the police, had been in jail about 10 times. I mean, and they grabbed him and elevated him because they want to make sure that all black men in America become that. They want us to become George Floyd. They want us to become Trayvon Martin, who sat out and waited for George Zimmerman. And then it was on top of him, beating him to death, had his head grounding and pounding it into the concrete until Zimmerman had to shoot him. That's why he was found not guilty. That's why Zimmerman was found not guilty. Michael Brown just ran in the police car, just beat up the police. Police had to shoot him. The thugs are their heroes. The same with hip hop and Diddy culture. Who the heroes? Snoop, Dre, Rick Ross. What the you look at them. All of them went to jail, fighting in the street, acting a fool. I mean, if you put them together, I bet they couldn't all spell their name. Just thugging. life written on his stomach. So he got shot, what, 6 times? B.I.G. got shot 6, 7 times. And they just got murals of him all over the ghetto. Thugs. The hero of the Diddycrats. The thug. So the Democrats should transform their name from Democrat to Diddycrat. And I need y'all to get this going now. They need to stop hiding about who they really are. They ain't the same party as they were back in the 1960s, 70s, 80s, even 2000s when Bill Clinton was president in the 90s. They started changing after Obama. That no good Negro took over. And now he said he wanted to transform America. He sure enough transformed the Democratic Party from a party of ignorant, rabble racists to a party of ignorant, rabble thugs and hoes. To show you how much they changed, they even got a woman who was a side piece of Willie Brown and Montel Williams and running the streets of Los Angeles to be their party nominee. Now, I ain't saying that she was a hoe when she was the party nominee. She was married. But she has sure enough lived a life of Megan Thee Stallion and Glorilla and Cardi B. That's why she was so comfortable around them. Oh, y'all, they're just like me. Yeah, they are. They're just like you. So they got one of them and made them the party nominee. Can you believe that? And you still want to argue with me about them not being the Diddycrats? Kamala Harris, the first Diddycrat nominee. And then you got this last thing. It's just one of these telling things, you just can't argue with it. I remember when I was younger, and I heard about an album that came out called The Chronic. I didn't know what Chronic was. And I found out that Chronic was marijuana. The name of the album was about marijuana, and Dr. Dre had a cap on with a marijuana plant right on the top of it. So the album was about smoking dope. And one of the songs that Dre had on the album was him and Snoop Dogg talking about rolling down the street, smoking endo, sipping on gin and juice, laid back, with my mind on my money and my money on my mind. I was thinking about that when Kamala Harris found herself losing the black vote. And she was trying to flip her line, fly away to find a way to get it back, right? And he said, ooh, I got it. What? Let's make marijuana legal. I said, that's the Chronic. She has brought the Chronic to life. She should have just put a Chronic cap on like Dre had and just stood back. Legalizing dope. Smoking blunts. The Diddycrats. Just a bunch of weird perverts. And when they lost, they're like, why? I don't know what happened. I tell you what, keep on doing that. We're going to beat you again 4 years from now. Gonna make smoking dope legal all over America. And yeah, the Democrats love that. So the old Democrats back in the 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s wouldn't have had that. They wouldn't have had people twerking at their nominees' events. They wouldn't have had a bunch of thug rappers and greasy preachers. Well, they had the greasy preachers. They wouldn't have had no thug rappers up there. They wouldn't have been up there talking about victimization and we need to have thugs as our heroes and all that kind of stuff. No. No, man. They wouldn't have been praising death. They'd been praising the death of black folks like they always have. But they wouldn't have been praising the murder and the death of children in the womb assassination, bringing children over bringing sex trafficking, bringing children over the border. They wouldn't have done that. They wouldn't have had DEI. Still fighting for DEI. That shows how weak you are. We need DEI to compete. I tell you what. Because, again, with the Democrats, everything is race. It's another thing about everything. Why are you going to support that candidate? Because he's black. Do you know anything else about him? Nope. You know he's a murderer? I don't care. You know he's a rapist? I don't care. Is there anything that you could do, that he could do to make you not vote for him? Is he black and a Democrat? Yes. Nothing you can do. Thank you, sir. Everything is about race and about being a Democrat. They are just that stupid. So when you listen to those stupid, ignorant rappers, everything about black men being mistreated, everything about the black man being oppressed by white folks, everybody, you know, I had this Jasmine Crockett was on TV raising hell in Congress about oppression and DEI and talking about the white man in America has never been oppressed. Like they're supposed to be ashamed of that. Like there's some type of honor in allowing yourself to be oppressed by somebody. The white man hasn't been oppressed because he didn't allow himself to be oppressed. If not allowing yourself to be oppressed makes you white, you can count me as white. I'm hanging out with the white man because I've never been oppressed. Because I can guarantee you that we can go down into some trailer parks and find some white folks down there just complain just like a bunch of ghetto black people. Ain't nothing ever good enough. Somebody always did them wrong. I've heard them my whole life. And you say, there ain't no difference between them in the trailer park and them down in the ghetto. They're the same types. Tatted up, drinking 40s, emaciated, teeth missing, stooped over. Same type. And complaining. And the ones that complain never get anything. Victims. Everything's about race. The Democrats. So, my friends, let me tell y'all this. Let's put this thing in motion here. Let's start with the mascot. Let's get the donkey. And with all the, CGI and stuff we got now, we can get him twerking. We might get a little 3D thing with him twerking on a stripper pole. And that'll be the Democrat. That'll be the Democrat mascot, the new one. And then we'll align the Democrats up with all these new found ideologies that I've just put down in line. You don't need to be ashamed about it no more. Everybody just know that's who you are. Come out the cold light of day, tell everybody. And anybody don't like it, get out. And those that are outside that didn't know it, come on in. We the Democrats. We hold the values of P. Diddy and the hip-hop culture. If you want to know what the Democrats stand for, get one of them freak-off videos from one of Diddy's parties and watch it. That's who they are. And I think everybody out there know it. But as far as me and the people that I hang out with, this is who I hang out with. This is where I stand. I hang out with people who say, I cannot be oppressed. You know why I cannot be oppressed? Because I'm an heir of Jesus Christ and I'm a child of God. I cannot be a victim. You know why? Because I'm an heir of Jesus Christ and I'm a child of God. Cannot. I don't believe in white supremacy. You know why? Because I've never seen a white man superior to me. All I see is brothers and sisters with different gifts. And we depend on each other every day to survive, hoping that everyone does their gifts very well. As I said before, one is an HVAC man, one's a transmission guy, one's a doctor, one's a lawyer, one's a cook. And we all depend on each other every day, hoping that each one of us, when we come to our brother or our sister, presents their gift to us in the best light of day. I hang out with people like that. I don't hang out with people who holler white supremacy, white supremacy, white supremacy, white supremacy. Because I say white supremacy is like voodoo. You have to believe in it for it to have any effect on you. You know, you have people walking around saying that that it's something wrong with being black and that it's some type of white supremacy and that I just don't see it. White privilege, white privilege, white privilege. Yeah, it's a privilege to be white, but it's also a privilege to be black. It's a privilege to be Indian. It's a privilege to be Hispanic. It's a privilege to be Jewish. Let the Democrats go over there and do their promiscuity and their victimization and their dope and their fentanyl and wallow in their illegality and their atheism and their hatred and their envy. Let them have it. We don't want to have anything to do with it. We'll watch them kill themselves because that's what they're doing anyway. They're dying. All we have to do is sit back and watch. Y'all, this is Thanksgiving week. We all have so much to be thankful for. I know I do. And I just want to take this time to thank all of you for watching this podcast. You've made it a major success in this very short time that we've had it and for the small amount of content that we've applied. We've got approximately 60,000 subscribers, and we hadn't been out a year yet. And people are telling me that that is absolutely, positively phenomenal. Well, you know what, people? We just getting started. We just getting started. And we're going to call these Democrats out. With that, I want you to go to my website, VinceSpeaksTruth.com. That's VinceSpeaksTruth.com. On it, you'll find all my wares. You'll find my books. You'll find my T-shirts. You'll find my caps. You'll find my documentary, Will You Go to Hell For Me? But I want you to have a happy Thanksgiving. I want you to thank God for everything He's given to you. I want you to thank God and for your family and for your friends, for your children, for your health. Because no matter how bad you think things are, God, they could be so much worse. Thank you. Have gratitude. Choose to be happy. Because if you're not, I'm here to wake you up. Hope I did you some good today. So come see me again next week for the next Vince Everett Ellison Show.